In this video, I'm going to show you how you can set up Google Adwords Remarketing Audiences with the help of the Custom Segments feature of Google Analytics. All and more coming up, so let's dive in. Hi there, and welcome to another video of Measureschool.com, where we teach you the data-driven way of digital marketing. So in this video, we are going to explore how we can set up such a remarketing list via Google Analytics. Now, the normal steps of setting up a Google AdWords remarketing list are basically building a new remarketing list through the Audiences tab in the shared libraries and implementing a remarketing tag on your website through a tool, for example, like Google Tag Manager. So this is all pretty straightforward and one of the easy ways of installing remarketing on your web property. But in the last years, Google made an effort to consolidate all these different tracking scripts into one unified tag, which is the Google Analytics tracking tag. So now with Google Analytics, you don't have to install an extra remarketing tag on your website. You can build remarketing list right from Google Analytics. There are some preparation steps that we need to take. Under the admin section, you will need to connect your Google Analytics account to Google AdWords. So there's under the property settings a product linking tab for AdWords, and you need to link that up to your Google AdWords account. For that to work, both of your Google logins need to have access to the AdWords account. Once that is done, another important configuration is under the tracking information and under data collection. You want to turn on the remarketing feature and the advertising reporting features. So Google Analytics then can use the data that is inside of GA to remarket to your users. But please be aware that you need to adjust your privacy policy to reflect that change and make people aware of this data also being shared to Google AdWords. Once this is all set up, you are ready to go to build your first remarketing audience through Google Analytics. And this has been really simplified. You don't have to add any extra code. You just go to your reporting tab and you can now build a custom audience via the custom segments tab up here. Now, if you want to find out more about custom segments, check out our intro video where we explain how you can use custom segments within Google Analytics. Now you can choose any of these segments or build your own custom segment and then remarket to these users that you have defined in the segment by clicking this little arrow up here and you see build audiences. You can click on that and you'll be taken back into the admin menu where you can select the view and the account that should be used to define this audience. You can click on next step. We can then define a member duration and give the audience a name. Save this audience. And now this has been sent over to Google AdWords and we'll be able to use it in our account. So let's check that out. Under our campaign menu, we have shared libraries and can look at our audiences here. And we have now the custom audience all Measureschool visitors, which I just created in our Google Analytics account. Now we can use that to build our Google AdWords remarketing campaign. We won't go through the actual steps of setting up a remarketing campaign, but now you can use this audience to target visitors who visited your website. Please notice that right now the list size is not displayed yet because only going forward Google AdWords will start adding people based on the segment to your list. Now it's obvious that this segment is not really a very targeted segment because we choose all the visitors that visited our website if they converted or not. But with the custom segments feature, we can actually build very sophisticated audiences that would be hard to replicate with just the Google AdWords remarketing tag that you install on your page. So what can we do? For example, you can use all the data that is available within Google Analytics to target and segment our users to the group that we want to remarket to. So we have demographic data available, we have technology data available, behavior, and so on and so on. But if you think of retargeting specific user groups, it makes sense to look at the stages of engagement towards our outcome, our goal that we want our users to reach. So for example, for Measureschool, I would build a segment for everybody who hasn't reached my sign-up goal. We would go under conditions and we can find our goals in here and just scroll down here and see we have here our email sign-up goal, number 4, and we will just say the email sign-up goal completion per user, let's go on a user basis here, is lower than 1. We're updating our segment and we see that we have a sizable chunk of users who have not reached this goal, but there's actually another way to sign up, which is the membership. So we can stack this up in our conditions. Let's click this OR button here and find our member sign up goal, which per user also should be 1. Oops, this actually should be an AND condition. And here we see our potential target group who has not signed up and not left an email yet. So that's a good target audience to remarket to. Let's give this a name. These are my non-leads, so to say. Let's save this. And I can go ahead and build an audience from this. Select my account. Let's go back 30 days to look back and 30 days of membership duration. Call this non-leads and save this audience. And now we can create our campaign. So custom segments within Google Analytics are really powerful and now make your data really actionable because you can send an audience right onto Google Adwords and remarket to the users that you have defined in your segment. Now, just to give you some ideas what actual remarketing audiences would be useful. For example, if somebody looks at a product page and doesn't convert, you'll be able to define this in a segment and send it on to Google AdWords right away and remarket to these users so you can win them back and get them to convert on your website. For me, the audiences feature and the integration between Google Analytics and Google AdWords makes the data that we gather within Google Analytics super actionable, and the speed of implementation of such segments is way faster than going through a remarketing pixel that you install on your web page, then trying to figure out all the triggers that need to turn true in order for the right audience to be targeted. So this is made way easier with the help of the Google Analytics audiences feature that you can send on right to Google AdWords. And that's already it for this week's video of Measureschool.com. If you want to learn more Google Analytics tricks, head over to Measureschool.com/GA email course, where we have a free course for you prepared, which will introduce you to more features of Google Analytics. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel so we can bring you more videos every Thursday. My name is Julian. Till next time.